Oh, I didn't even know I'm live. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Right? Let's do this. You all come in. Come in. Listen. Today, in my Ice Cube voice, is a good day. I need to play that, right? Let me find it by it's a good day. Let me see, can I find an instrumental as you all come in? Today is a great day, right? You all come in. I'm live streaming. Let me see, can I find an instrumental by Ice Cube? Let me see. Let me see as you all come in. Yeah, here it go. Here it go. Here it go. Here it go. Let's go with this instrumental for the intro. Let's go. Let's go with it. Look, my back was hurt. My back is hurting. I had to get my heating pad. I'm like, I gotta go live. I gotta go live, right? I'm like, yes, it is. Bernicia, you ready for it today, baby? Queen got it for you today. Hey, follow me, follow me. I'm gonna show y'all the way. Come in. You all hit that like and share button. And Bernicia, guess what? It's even a $50 discount for the answer to that. Bernicia said she ready. Bernicia. Bernicia, you ain't ready, baby. I don't think you're ready for this one. Who me said I got hit with that crypto? Bernicia, I don't think you're ready for this. Cause you cash not the answer either. I got my heating pad. I'm ready now. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm doing good. Donovan's my ex student. Oh, y'all better be ready for this one. Y'all better be ready for this. Let me adjust my seat. I had to put on my heat pad and everything. I'm like, I'm going in. Give me a second. Joe said, Joe said today is a good day. I got Facebook people in. Facebook back up today. Joe said, we lining them up and knocking them down. We lining them up and knocking them down, right? We lining them up and knocking them down. Look, I was telling my people about let me cut the music off because today is a good day. Today is a good day. Today is a great day. Today is a great day. All right. Facebook down. That's enough in Facebook down, crypto up. Listen, this man right here, Mr. On YouTube, right, has 975 people waiting on his live stream, right? I'm gonna go ahead and hit the like. He has 487,000 subscribers, right? And he's saying, was I wrong about Shiba Inu? You all, you're gonna learn to listen to me. I feel like what Snoop Dogg says, follow me, follow me, follow me. Right? Because this is the year we about to put up something. Let me tell you something. I got a strategy for you for every situation that this government is going to throw at you. And Joe said can attest to it. Bernicia, guess what? Joe said, did you know this? Joe said, did you know this? I'm not sure if Joe said know this. We have a strategy for our home-based business. And Joe said, I'm gonna share this with you. I don't know if you know, but it's a $50 discount. Did you know that Joe said it's $50 right now? Let me pull that up. A $50 discount. Now, I don't know when this is, how long this is gonna last, or what it's gonna be, because usually, Josette can attest to this. When we have like a discount in the home-based business, right? Corporate, let us know, and they inform us. But I haven't heard anything. I haven't, got any word from corporate about this, Josette. But I just logged into my MWR back office, and I see that the regular price for the financial director is now $99. So it's $179 with the Financial Edge membership. And the normal price, or the regular price, is $228. So that's a $50 discount. And then, like I said, it might was a glitch in the system, and they might fix it tonight at midnight, right? And this is why I've been telling people to get in now, because what happens is, if you all can see this before they find out maybe it's a glitch and you can save yourself $50, what happens is when you enroll and the $179 and the $99 is $179, again, the regular price is $228, you get you get the total financial solutions package, which means the tax reductions. You even get a bill negotiation that negotiates your bills. Listen, people, let me tell you this. You cannot budget your way out of financial trouble. You cannot budget your way out of financial trouble, because why? Taxes cause debt. And most of the advice that you've been getting is to create a budget. A budget helps. It does help. But guess what? They have the budget bill negotiation, where you're not creating a budget and you're Xing out things that you're going to do away with. Like, let me cut this cable bill. Let me get the basic, right? Let me get the basic everything. No, they negotiate your bills without you having to downsize. And then they give you debt elimination. Debt elimination. They give you a debt elimination plan to get out of bad debt. And then, with that being said, they give you an instant pay raise. But let me tell you why the tax strategy is important now more than ever, right? I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And then I'm going to share this screen with you all. See, I've been telling you all, let me tell you, it's a whole lot of more people that have they get 50,000 views on their YouTube channel, right? I get maybe 2,000 on a good video. I get 10 at the max. But these people with 1 million followers, 586,000, they told you that Dogecoin wasn't about anything. They told you that Shiba Inu wasn't about anything. They told you that XRP wasn't about anything. And me and my 28,000 followers and my insight on crypto have been telling you differently. But this is the thing, Bernicia, is that I want to let people know that I can get you more cash flow to invest in crypto, and I can save you in taxes. People, I'm trying to prepare you for this pandemic. I'm trying to position you where you can be a part of the greatest wealth transfer that this generation has ever experienced. Joe said, you know what? And that's why I told people they better jump on board and get this $50 credit, because I didn't know either. I didn't know either. No, they're not coming for you, Bernicia. Let me tell you something. Get in the home-based business. Listen, with the home-based business, right, you get 475 tax deductions. Now, the thing is, you only have 3 months in 2020 to apply that, right? This is my other book. Just like my Bible, how to pay zero taxes. Taxes is going to be the biggest destroyer of wealth. Bernicia, it's 179, baby. You a businesswoman. Come on now. Now, I know you have a brick and mortar business, but this is going to help you add tax deductions to your brick and mortar. This is, instead of, let me tell you all this. Instead of you all asking, because that game is played out a long time ago, right? That game has stopped working a long time ago, where you can ask someone, can I claim your child? That's over with. Do you have a child I can claim for my taxes? That's over with, right? Let me tell you, anybody that has a child right now, 3 or more, they're going to use all of them because they're getting child tax credit. And when they get that child tax credit, they're going to see that in January, some of them December the 31st, that their refund is not going to be what it was. And they're going to need all their kids. Why? Because they won't be able to claim child tax credit. So people that were getting 9,000, 10,000 back may be in a status of where they owe, or even possibly, right, possibly only get 2,000 back. Now we have the other silent tax. This is called inflation, right? Let me share this screen with you all. This is not a joke, right? Someone said this is totally offensive, but let me tell you, people do it. They do it instead of them doing it the legal way. Instead of them learning how Jeff Bezos gets a tax refund, but yet earn billions, how Elon Musk and Kanye West get tax refunds. Kanye West just created a nonprofit and get billions. They want to do it the illegal way, but they sure do it, right? But that game is over. So let me share this video clip with you about the IRS want to see, and let me tell you, taking cash is not going to do it either. Accepting cash only is not going to do it either, because October the 19th, I don't know if you all heard or not, our United States government can officially claim that they are broke. If the debt ceiling is not raised, veterans won't get their checks, Social Security payments will not go out, child tax credit will be delayed or denied for the rest of the year, and Christmas is canceled. We have supply and demand problem, over 500,000 ships at border. People, we are entering, when I say we, not me, but the United States, and some people who don't take action now, is entering the greatest financial depression since the 1930s. But for some, it's going to be the greatest wealth transfer that they ever experienced. For those who are positioned and planning and planting. I just did a live stream on this, but I had to come back on live when I saw where crypto was headed, which is going to be the new cash. But most people don't have enough cash flow to invest in crypto to the point where they can really use this opportunity that only will come once in a lifetime to really be a part of generational wealth. Crypto is the new cash. Listen, this cash-based system is going to do away with. It's over with. You can stick a fork in it. It's done. As a matter of fact, I don't know if he's on here, but Travarius, he shared this article with me. The Fed has already came out with their Fed coin. They made it official in an article today. So I'm going to share this video with you about the IRS $600 payment, because a lot of people think it's a joke, right? They think it's fun. They still don't see, right? They don't see what's written on the wall. They don't see the writing on the wall. And then I'm going to show you how the IRS has already come out with their Fed coin. So let's listen in on this video.
If you have more than $600 in the bank, the IRS wants to know about it, and they soon may be able to watch you like you've never believed it. If the Biden administration gets its way, banks would be required to hand over data on every single account above $600 with a balance there or with more than $600 in transactions in a year. Well, wouldn't that be rent? I mean, that's everybody right there, pretty much. The White House says this could help catch wealthy tax dodgers. No, that'll catch everybody spending more than $600. But critics call it an outrageous invasion of privacy. Check out Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis tearing into Fed Chair Janet Yellen, who supports the plan. This is at a recent hearing. Watch.
Bank customers are not subjects of the federal government. Banks do not work for the IRS. This is invasive of privacy. Do you distrust the American people so much that you need to know when they bought a couch or a cow?
Will.
Yeah, the senator says banks are not the subjects of the federal government. It's beginning to sound like the American people are the suspects of the federal government. We're not simply subjects, we're now suspects. And you'd be forgiven out there if you sit around and you look at the fact that the definition of domestic terrorism is expanding, as we talked about at the top of this hour. The use of the Patriot Act to go after parents who have a problem with school board meetings, now looking into your bank activities, certainly monitoring your online activity, your social media accounts. And you begin to wonder, as we make deals with the Taliban and we leave Afghanistan, if the federal government isn't telling us that the enemy of America is, in fact, the American people. How would we not come to that conclusion with the way this administration, and quite honestly, at a broader level, this ideology prioritizes, where it gives all of its criminal suspect activity, where it focuses its attention on Americans?
Cheryl, from the Fox Business perspective, where your home is most of the time, you got a big show coming up. We'll talk about it later this hour. I'm curious to know, are banks willing to do this? Because this will make them complicit in the financial demise of some people if the IRS jumps into our stuff over and over and over again every time we have a hospital bill to pay or buy a couch, as that one lawmaker said.
This would be destructive to banks, not necessarily larger banks who have plenty of lawyers and accountants to deal with this, but small community banks. It would put them out of business. You would also alienate bank customers who are, what are they going to go back to their mattress with their cash? This is one of the most ridiculous things. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but this is one of those ridiculous things that Janet Yellen has ever said. And I really used to have a lot of respect for her, I got to tell you. But when I heard that testimony in D.C., I could not believe.
What do you think is behind it?
Well, what it is the IRS wants more auditors. They want more funding. They want more agents. They want, well, you know what? There's already money being proposed in that $3.5 trillion $5 trillion disaster package in Washington that would actually give the IRS more money. So there's that. This is a power grab by the IRS. It is an absolute invasion of privacy, and it's one of the dumbest ideas I think I've ever heard. And they think they're going to find $480 billion, I believe, in unpaid revenue. No, you're not. They have no data to support this plan. They're guessing at the IRS.
May I?
So I'm going to stop there now. If you don't know, paper chasing said that's against the Fourth Amendment. Let me tell you this. We can't let this happen. Let me tell you this. People are already letting stuff happen. I listened to a live stream today here on YouTube about NBA players, and Andre Wiggins was totally against the jab. And he then reverted and took the Johnson & Johnson jab, right? Because he felt like that his money, like even though he was totally against it, against his religious beliefs, that the money he was making in the NBA, right, was, more important than maybe his perspective on his health. Now, I'm not going to say what I would or would not do because that's millions, multi-millions of dollars. I know Kyrie Irving still stands on not taking the jab. But what I mean by it, it's easy when you are not in that financial status to say, hey, What good is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? But there are people taking the jabs for $50,000 a year income, just because they want to go to a sporting event and game, that haven't did the research and the due diligence about its effects on the white blood cells. CDC has come out and said that people that have gotten jabs in their veins are now suffering heart attacks versus the muscle in their shoulder. A lot of youth are getting ill affected. And so when you say we cannot let that happen, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people allowing that to happen. Right, all for $30,000, $50,000 a year. So I'm not even in judgment of the NBA players, right? They could have just, some of them probably just took the what do they call it? The saline, and not even gotten it like a lot of celebrity did, and a lot of these public figures are placebo. Is what I'm trying to say. Kyrie could have just elected to do that. He has enough money where he could have just got water and a needle and got somebody to falsify on a card. But for whatever reasons, he's outspoken about his beliefs in spirituality. And probably the NBA wants to get rid of him anyway. But he's very intellectual about what he believes in and about his spirituality, right? And so with that being said, people how is that against the Fourth Amendment anyway? This is my thing. When it comes to taxes, there is, as you can see in my backdrop, a very affordable plan for people to avoid this legally. But what some people would rather do is sit back, whine, and complain. Some people would rather be victims and victimized to have a conversation with other people that's operating on a low frequency level than to rise above and tap into the solution. Some people would rather be sick just to get the attention of people through sickness than to walk in wellness and health, because they like that type of attention. People would sit back and listen to my live streams, and I tell them, listen, it's $50 credit right now. You can get involved. You can have a solution. No, they rather sit back, twiddle their fingers, and let the government come along and literally kick them in the ass with this, because this is going to happen. And as soon as you said, okay, I'm going to put my money in a mattress, guess what? Inflation is going to kick your ass so high, I mean the cost of living. Your money in a mattress is going to be just as worthless or about the same value, I'll say it that way, as toilet tissue. Because people would rather complain about a problem. They would rather sit amongst their friends and seem like intellectuals and talk about the problem. And they won't take action with the solution. And guess what? They're going to be the ones, as we look at history, at the pictures and the profiles of how people looked in the 1930s, Great Depression. And that's going to be their status, because they think that this is a game. This is not a game. This is not. This is going to be something like Dan Pena said, that the money under your mattress or bank account won't even, listen, let me tell you all, how you all think the government is slow. They're not slow. They know people are going to try to pull money out of banks. They know businesses are going to try to now accept cash. And guess what they did? They released this today or yesterday at 2 p.m. Federal Reserve Board announces the reserve banks will adopt a new message format for Fed wire funds service and invite public comment on proposal to expedite the adoption. So the Federal Reserve Board meeting on Monday, this Monday, will adopt ISO 222. I've been talking to you all about that. See, most of you all only know about your IOS upgrade on your iPhone. No, let's talk about ISO 222. Message format for the Fed Wire Fund Service. This change will allow enhanced efficiency of both domestic and cross-border payments and a richer set of payment data that may help banks and other entities comply with sanctions. And guess what it says? Anti-money laundering requirements. The board also invited public comment on a revised plan for migrating the Fed-wide fund service for this new format. Specifically, the board is proposing that the reserve banks adopt the new message format on a single day rather than 3 separate phases. The ISO 222, which will come into effect, people, in 2022, was developed by the International Organization for Standardization, which is independent non-government organization that publishes standards from a broad range of industries. Now, what does this mean? The Fed Wire is a required gross settlement owned and operated by the Federal Reserve Banks. It enables businesses and financial institutions to transfer funds quickly and securely. People, this is cryptocurrency, and specifically XRP cryptocurrency. So as soon as you decide that you want to take your money out the banks and start operating with cash only, guess what? They're going to switch to a Fed coin. Do not come on my live stream talking about the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 16th Amendment, because you won't know how to exercise any of that. It's just like people that come on the live stream talk about national citizenship. None of them have it because they don't know how to implement it. Or they know how to implement it, but they don't want to go through the pros and cons of it, meaning that once you become a natural citizen, now your rights to go to a medical hospital or a clinic and get medical services are now relinquished. Oh, I want to be a natural born citizen. That's why I want to pay taxes. Yeah, but you don't have any of the citizenship benefits that goes along with that as well. So don't even come up here talking about the amendment because you don't even know how to apply it. And so instead of you doing the simple things, see, success is a strategy. It is simple. And it's not even a secret. If people will read, right? See, all books is the success formula that somebody else put that's going to save you time, energy, money, and mistakes. That's called system. But most people are too lazy to read, and they don't want to implement anything. All they wanted to do is talk about how the government is robbing them while the government is robbing them. They don't want to take any action. And most of these people don't even have a crowd that's following them anyway. The family had cast them off because they think you're crazy talking about something that you don't have the ability to even enforce and apply. Nobody at the barbershop or the beautician want to hear with you. You do a live stream on YouTube, nobody shows up because you're talking about things that you yourself don't know how to implement. People follow people who show them a pioneer success plan that they have themselves already proven and has implemented and worked successfully in their lives. Nobody listen to people that just tell them, oh, this is the amendment. This is what the government. Listen, you know what the government doing. You're just too comfortable and lazy to take action. And guess what? Your lack of action is going to cost you heavily because this cash system is going to crash. You're going to be telling your kids or grandkids, you're going to be showing them dollar bills at one day and saying, this used to be money. See, in 1913, something called the Bretton Woods Agreement. Alliances met. It was 44 to be exact. 4 is the number of what will happen prophetically in the earth realm, right? That's right. Lack of action will cost you. And so 44 alliances met, right? They met and they decided to create the Bretton Woods Agreement in 1913. And then in 1944, the number double 44 again, it was decided that the United States dollar would be the world reserve currency, meaning that Saudi Arabia, for example, right, if it wanted to sell its oil, it had to accept the United States dollar. But what people don't know is that this money used to say gold certificate and even silver certificate, right? So your cash was good as gold. So when you went to the banks, you got real money. You didn't get paper printed out monopoly money. Well, in 1933, the U.S. government stopped that for all these people coming up with the amendments. You don't think the people in 1933 that had physical gold and silver was quoting amendments too? So in 1933, the government comes out and say, hey, if you own any physical gold, either you turn it in to the government and we're going to give you this paper money, this play money, this monopoly money. And if you don't turn it in and we catch you with it in your homes and we confiscate it, you're going to have 10 years in jail or $10,000 fine. For all the people I'm going to now start accepting cash, which cash have lost its purchasing power greatly since 1971, because in 1971 became dead anyway. And so they told the people, listen, we're confiscating gold. If you caught with it, it's 10 years in jail, $10,000 fine, and or both. We're going to give you this cash money. And people turned in all their gold. This is called the Nasara Act, where they're saying that during this transition from cash to crypto, that people that are families or generation who gold was taken away illegally in 1933, that has to be returned to them by the government, right? I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's what the Nasara Act is about. And so, and I'm pretty sure these people was quoting the amendments too, right? And so in 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement comes into play, and they force other countries to accept the United States dollar, because at that point, the United States Federal Reserve had more gold in it than any other country. So we were the powerhouse. And then in 1971, Spain was traveling to the United States on his warships and said, listen, they print out too much of this. We don't want their dollars anymore. We're coming to get our gold. United States can have its dollars back. And President Nixon got word of it, right? And he changed it before Spain reached the United States. He changed the law. That first they changed it for the citizens, says, listen, you can't have real money. We want you to get our paper money. Then they changed for other countries, because other countries still could come and convert the United States cash for the real money, which is gold. And I asked someone this question one time. I said, well, why did they just then come in plane? He said, well, they couldn't fly back gold on planes because of the weight, right? And so the Constitution, while you all are talking about the amendments, the Constitution never changed. It still states that gold and silver is real money. So when it's cash currency crashes, gold and silver is going to be used to reset the currency system. And a lot of financial advisors will tell you, oh, gold and silver is not real money. My question to them is, then why do central banks right now hoard it? So now they change it, which means you can't see gold certificate on money anymore. And the government can now print unlimited supply of cash that's backed by nothing. So what they did, they said, well, we need a commodity, right? These other countries won't want our dollars if we don't have something of value backing it. So they went to Saudi Arabia. You know the story behind that. And they said, listen, we need your oil to back our dollar. And they convinced them a forceful way, right, to get that done. But guess what? What most people don't know is that now Russia army is backing Saudi Arabia, and China and its digital yuan and Russia and Saudi Arabia started accepting the United States cash currency system years ago. So you all don't know that. So the dollar officially is already not the world reserve currency. And Saudi Arabia don't even need, right, our armies protecting them anymore. And now when the United States fled out of Afghanistan, then Afghanistan, right, said now their financial system is broke. They're out of cash. They're no longer taking United States cash either. So October 19th date is here, almost 2 weeks. You're right, Amanda. The capital banks are hoarding gold, right? And most people never held real money in their hand, which is gold and or silver. So it's about 4 investments that I would just, really 5. Farmland, if you have the means and ammo to protect it, the seeds and the equipment to farm, and the know-how. Gold and silver, because gold is both monetary and industrial use. Did you all know, for example, in 2011, JP Morgan hoarded over 350 million ounces of silver? That's 38% of the world's population. Did you know people are stealing vehicles right now to get catalytic converters off of vehicles because of the platinum in them? Right? And so when this crypto system becomes official in 2022, everybody's going to need mobile phones, right? Mobile money is now going to be into play. Actually, I have 2 phones. That's just how mobile phones going to be. Mobile money is going to be into play. And so you got the cell phone batteries that silver would do. You got the 5G Wi-Fi to globally use the technology for crypto and crypto transactions. You got RFID chips that's going to be in already chips in people's hand. The only country, let me make sure I have this correct, I think it's Sweden, that has not been shut down due to the Rona is Sweden. That's the only country that has not been shut down. You want to know why? Because thousands of them already has converted to Revelation 666, mark of the beast. And they have the microchips already under their hand. That this article was, again, October 22nd to double 22. Right? Daniel 2 and 22 says, the hidden things will be revealed. And this is the only country that has not had a shutdown, because they've already conformed. And so they can have these chips, these implants through technology in their bodies, from phones in their pockets to smartwatches in their wrists. In Sweden, a country rich in technological advancements, thousands have already had these microchips inserted in their hands. The chips are designed to speed up users' daily routines and make their lives more convenient, accessing their home, offices, gyms, swiping their hands for digital readers. They can also be used to store emergency contacts, social media profile, and they say it's the size of a grain of rice. The procedure costs about $180, and to make purchases. So you got the phone batteries, 5G Wi-Fi, Tesla, electronic vehicles, all of this. The ancient Egyptians actually valued silver more than gold. And so with that being said, you can quote your amendments. This tax plan is going to be into play, because I'm predicting that by October the 19th, the government is going to come out and says, listen, we didn't pass this, because they got to go ahead and crash cash Because starting in January of 2022, listen, I started talking about Bitcoin when it was $3,000, and that was late. Last year, I got in late last year. And I started talking about it in live streaming $51,000, and listen, it hasn't even got the all-time high, which many are predicting is going to be 100,000 by the end of this year. But the all-time high this year has been 65. That if you would have got in just last year, the $3,000 investment. But now, these YouTubers who have way bigger following than I do, is saying, was I wrong about Shiba Inu, which is up 40% today, which was up 80% yesterday? Dogecoin is going to do its thing too. Why? Because Dogecoin is backed by the richest man in the world, one of the richest, which is Elon Musk. Amanda says farmlands are being bought out. Yeah, they are, by the extremely wealthy class. They are being controlled of our food source for good, and that is true. And this is why I tell people, yes, I do talk to you all about investing in gold and silver. It's going to be used to reset the currency system. Listen, silver is like $30 an ounce right now. But as Amanda said about the farmland, if you have assets without crypto, you're still going to be in a dilemma, because there are a lot of farmers right now that are being bought out of their farmland because they have asset, but they don't have cash flow, because their crops are not selling. And so this is why I was telling people, go to my website, fixmycreditandcash.com, invest in the silver stacking report so you can know what silver to invest in, so that when it's time to resell, you won't be taxed on it. Because let's be honest, the poor working middle class or the upper middle class invest in silver, right, for capital gains. And as Robert Kiyosaki says, silver is to spend, but gold is to save. Gold is that generational wealth, right? And I've been telling people, you need to know the difference between 0.999 silver and 0.9999 silver. And you need to know the difference between round coins and bullions. And you need to know what silver that when you sell back does not have to be reported back to the IRS for taxation. But no, people don't want to invest in it. They want to complain and get on my live stream quoting the 16th and 4th Amendment that they won't even know how to apply. Melanie, hello from Mississippi. Pascagoula says at work, but trying to tune in. Melanie is ear hustling at work. Way to go, Melanie. Thank you so much. And thank you, Donald. And I've been telling people too, to tithe as well. Crypto, get your cash flow up. Get this tax plan. It's a $50 discount. And I have some people texting me tonight. I have the number strolling down that you can text 601-720-2063, because I don't know how long this discount is going to be, right? It may be just a glitch in the system. And I'm gonna show you the tax strategy in a minute. And some people say, well, I got a couple of questions. Listen, I don't have time to answer a couple of questions. It's 10:32 right now, Eastern Standard Time. I'm not going to, listen, get in the business first and get your discount, then ask the questions. I got people signing up. I'm not going to answer these questions. It's too late. This is normally $229, people. And it's $99 right now, and then $79. I'm not answering questions tonight. Especially when I went on 2 live stream and I got my heat pad and my back is hurt. I'm not answering your questions. The only thing I'm giving people is the link to sign up. I'm just being honest. I'm being, people only want to ask questions when it's something to help them. But if I told them, listen, I got a $50 discount to go see this NFL game and NBA games, they would not ask any questions. They wouldn't ask me what row it's in, what seat, how we gonna get there. If I told them it expired in 2 hours, they would say, send me the link so I can join. Because I want to see the Saints play. Or I want to see my favorite team. Or I got to see LeBron. I always want to see the Lakers. They wouldn't care if I gave them nosebleed seats if I told them it was a discount. They wouldn't even wonder how we got there. If I told them they had 2 hours to get the discount, they would sign up first and ask questions later. And that's how you need to be about your money. That's how, as Dave Ramsey says, you need to be the gazelle mentality. Because if you think the government is playing with you, you're going to find out the hard way. There are 2 types of lessons, as my grandmother says. There's a bought lesson and there's a taught lesson. You can have the taught lesson if that's what you choose. Somebody said, no, not the Saints. They're requiring a jab. I don't know who is. I don't know. The Colts, the Green Bay, right? I don't listen. Basketball is my sport. But you know what? I used to coach softball for a year, right? I used to coach softball for 1 year. And I thoroughly enjoyed softball. And let me tell you what I like about softball. In softball, unlike basketball, you can be on offense and defense at the same time, in my opinion, right? In my opinion. Because in softball, when you're on defense, right, as a coach, I would tell the girls, and man, I had this girl, she was a bad shortstop. I literally fell in love with softball. But I became devoted to just, having a single aim of focus. But in softball, as a coach, I would say 3 up. And my girls would respond 3 down, coach. That means we're going to get 3 up. They're going to come up the bat and we're going to get them out, right? But one thing about softball that I like that's not true in basketball is that in softball, when you was on defense, you had the ball in your hand at the same time. See, in basketball, when you got the ball in your hand, you're only in the offensive position. You're just trying to score. But in softball, to me, you can be in offense and defense at the same time. And see, this is why I feel like Moses trying to lead people to the promised land. I'm trying to show you how you can have offense and defense at the same time, meaning that you can get cash flow and you can save in these taxes because it's coming. It is coming. Try writing the IRS and tell them about the 4th and 16th Amendment and see, don't you be broke. Yeah, I should have took my pain medicine. I'm so much nicer when I'm on my meds for my back. I'm so much calmer. Try writing the IRS about the 4th and 16th Amendment. And don't we see you going to jail for tax invasion or tax fraud. Don't think the IRS is not going to get their money. They are the OGs, the original gangsters. If putting cash at the bank works, then why do dope dealers go to jail? They don't go to jail for selling that marijuana. They go to jail because they try to do something without paying taxes. I know when you become big time in the drug game, oh, they coming for you for your taxes. You got that big nice house, that nice car. You want to keep that cash and think the government not eyeing you, and you got all these nice lavish things. You opening up a business with your corporation name behind it, and you think you're gonna hide cash from the government? They the original gangsters. I'm gonna take cash only. Okay, look, that game is too old. So this is what's going down. You got 4 roadblocks. I'm wrapping it up. You have big businesses. Big businesses. They're the ones setting these prices. Your daycare. Daycare say, hey, I gotta pass on the buck. Your baby gotta pay more money. Right? You go to the retail stores. You're shopping for the holidays. You're noticing that you're getting less but the prices is higher. That's big businesses. Unlike you and your paycheck, big businesses set their prices as the economy reflects that they see need to set it at. And as we have a supply and demand issue going on right now in the United States and shipments, and China is going to war with right now with Taiwan, and the United States get most of its produce from China, including toys for Christmas, right? And other things, we're going to see the most important spike is in the grocery stores and at the gas station. See, your current lifestyle is supposed to be supported by your labor. Your future lifestyle is supposed to be supported by your investments. You're not supposed to be so desperate for cash that you got to flip crypto every time you see a spike. Getting into crypto right now is like getting in an Amazon or Tesla, right? At its beginning stages. So now after big businesses raise their price and then the government come in with taxes. Government said, we got to raise taxes. We got to raise the debt limit. And where are we going to get it from? We're going to get it from the labor in the back of Americans. And that's for the employees and the specialists, the doctors, the lawyers, right? The small business owner and those who work solo, sole proprietor. They pay even more taxes because they have to pay taxes not only for themselves, but for their employees as well. For people that say, I want to start my own business. I want to be a corporation. Well, in order to be successful with that, because my parents own a daycare, I know you're going to have to staff yourself with a team of employees. And guess what? You're going to have to pay their taxes as well. So as an employee, you get taxed 30 to 40%, but then as a small business owner or sole proprietor or a specialist or a doctor who's making six-figure, they're going to tax you even more. Small business owner, 40, 60%. So then the next thing, and what most people don't know, is that you work 1/3 of the year for taxes. That's why the deadline to file taxes is April the 15th. From January to April, your paycheck is just going towards paying your taxes. So that's 1/3 of your paycheck. Now you only have 2/3 to live off of. And so big businesses and inflation, they join together and they say, look, we're going to double team. And inflation is the cost of living prices that goes up. And they work against you. So now this is 3/3 of your paycheck. Now I haven't even added your payroll taxes, right? Which is known as FICA, state, your federal, Medicare. Then you have your insurances, vision, health, family health, dental, accident, cancer. You have all those insurances that eating up out of your poor little paycheck. So what's your solution? I gotta borrow money. You have no choice. Then you borrow money to get into a mortgage, which comes from the word mortician, means a debt loan, that you get a 30-year or 15-year mortgage and you pay back double that amount if you have no plan or strategy, right? And so then you got to have the nice car, right? So then you get in more debt with your vehicles. And God forbid if you have bad credit. Then your bad credit have you paying higher interest rates. Now your money goes to big businesses, inflation, and big banks, cost of living. And you wonder why people have to use a Visa card just to take a vacation because they can't afford it. You wonder why people are more stressed on Monday morning going to work than any other day of the week. You wonder why people drive like hell through traffic to get to work, to be on time, to hit the clock. Then they drive like hell at 5 o'clock traffic to leave there because they feel like they've been in hell for 8 hours in a day. And so now what happens is now you see how the rich and wealthy do things. See, rich and wealthy people hire their children to work in a home-based business because they get $12,000 back for tax write-offs. Did you all know that? If you knew that, I want you to put yes. If you did not know, I want you to put no. So instead of giving their kids allowances, see, this is the language of the upper middle class or the poor working middle class. See, you got to know the language of the rich and wealthy, right? They give their children a payroll that demonstrates entrepreneurship. In a middle class household, they talk about employment. Go get a job when you get 18 or 16. Rich and wealthy people at the family table talks about entrepreneurship. Rich and wealthy people believe in leaving a legacy to break the cycles of generational curses, and they give their children a head start. But the poor working middle class pass down generational curses. They're the ones that, because they have bad credit, go out and get the light bill turned on in their child's name. They're the ones that can't afford their child's college education. They tell their children at the age of 18 to get in student loan debt, and they introduce them to debt. They're the ones who wish their children could attend the better schools in high school, but because of their cash flow and the credit, they children have to attend a school that's in their zip code in which they can afford. And so rich and wealthy people get unlimited income. They have many sources of income. But people without a financial education only have earned income. And that's from a job, meaning they only get paid when they work. Warren Buffett said it this way: if you don't learn how to make money in your sleep, you will work until you die. And your legacy will be that of a person who went to work, paid bills, and only financed a vacation, and they died, and that's it. Unlimited incomes looks like this. You get paid residually. You get paid daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. Not getting paid weekly, bi-weekly, or once a month. Rich and wealthy people and people with a rich mindset value time freedom. Means you can take your business with you everywhere you go, not just a brick and mortar business. And they take control. See, rich and wealthy mindset looks like this: I want to own nothing and control everything. See, the poor working middle class and people with low financial education, they think ownership is the key. Ownership gets you in a 30-year mortgage that you end up paying double for because you feel like you need to own a house instead of owning properties and controlling your cash flow to get residual income. A poor mindset and a person that's not financial education, they value Netflix for 1 or 2 hours, but when it's a live stream or a webinar about money and finances, they can't stand 30 minutes. They got to go to bed, they got to go to sleep. But they'll watch a movie on Netflix for 1 or 2 hours. A poor mindset will invest $1,000 in an iPhone, but not $179 in a home-based business so they can save taxes and get on this side that the rich and wealthy on, where they pay 10, 20, or even 0% in taxes. No, they rather look at that paycheck and see FICA. See, virtually everybody in my home-based business have at minimum $380 more out of their paycheck. And if that will not help you, listen, I got someone that got $1,200 more. If that doesn't help you in a recession, when prices are increasing, right? When it's more expensive for you to live, even if you're married. If that don't help you, it's because you don't want to be helped. You want to be pitied. See, this is the thing. I talked to you all about softball, right? Softball, we have this motto, and all my softball and baseball moms and dad can relate to this. That's called 3 up, 3 down. So 3 up means, okay, let's get my income up, my cash flow up. See, cash flow is different than income. Income is based off labor, your labor, solo. Cash flow can be produced from the efforts of others. And guess what? Cash flow is not just money that flows to you or through you. It's money that flows back to you that you spent out. So instead of paying for your child to be a part of AAU or this elite team in recreation that they want to do, what you do is you hire your child in a business. You give them a business bank account and you give them chores and you get a $12,000 tax deduction legally. And then you allow that bank account to pay for that. That's a tax write-off for you. Right? See, success is really simple, but people don't want to implement the system or strategies. Henry Ford said it this way. Most people miss opportunities because it looks like work and is dressed in overalls. Now, if you don't know what overalls is, think about TLC, right? That wore the overalls, one up, one down in the 90s, right? Because a lot of children and youth today may not know what overalls is. They may not. And so you can't tell me that your taxes is straight, that you good. Because one of the most intellectual men that ever walked this earth, Albert Einstein, said there's 2 things in life that are certain, and that's taxes and death. So you can't tell me your taxes is a wrap. You good. No, you're not. And that's why the business has IRS specialists to help people strategically, systematically, and smart get less tax out of their paychecks. Now, someone told me one time, listen, it's nothing for people to form businesses and LLCs and claim 0 exemptions on their paychecks and don't get taxed. Yeah, but what happens when the IRS now audits you? How are you keeping your tax records? And do you know that you get more tax deductions in a home-based business than any other business that you can establish? From your square footage, to your vehicle mileage, to your utilities, to your cell phone, to meals that you eat, things that you are doing and paying anyway, and to the children that may reside with you if you have children. So you get your income up, your cash flow up, your credit score is up. So now you can actually leverage and use credit to invest and not get into debt. And the 3 things you get down is your taxes, your debt, and your expenses. This is called a 6-figure playbook. You also get your stress level down and you get your abundance level up. And guess what? Most people do not have enough money to even take advantage of this new cash crypto system because they are cash flow negative or they are barely making it and they don't even have enough investing income. They don't have investing income. And then if they cash out of crypto before holding it for a year, they're going to get taxed 30 to 40% on that. So let's talk about crypto real quick. Because I'm telling you all, you need both. And right? And Shiba Inu. And I'm not just saying she specifically, but I'm just talking about she and reflecting on she because the biggest followers on YouTube with thousands of followers, millions of followers are now saying, hey, was I wrong about this? So Shiba Inu Puppy helped those altcoins grab eyeballs. With each passing day, the Doge father family is growing and becoming harder for crypto analysis and creators to ignore. Elon Musk, again behind Doge and Shiba, right, made this tweet. And it's the Frunk puppy. This tweet on October the 3rd, Sunday, is pumping Shiba. And it's still up in the air whether Tesla will accept Dogecoin. And people, Shiba Inu is dirt cheap right now. It is dirt cheap. And again, 85%. And most people don't have enough cash flow. They're going to cash out. They're going to get highly taxed on this because they don't have enough cash flow. They don't have tax shelters. They just don't have financial education. And as quick as they become a thousandaire or a millionaire, they're going to be broke again. Because taxes is the number one stealer of wealth. This is why you always hear rich and wealthy people say it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. Because they're already making the money. So I'm signing out, you all. That's just it. I don't know how long you get this $50 credit. I'm just presenting it to you. But let me tell you this, even if you pay full price, and I mean this with all sincerity, you need now more than ever a tax strategy and tax shelters. We only have about 3 more months. There's already some days in October that's gone. If you join in January, you will not have any tax exemptions for 2021. And your tax liability is going to hit you for 2022. And if the government is shut down again, you also have a strategy to make money from home because this is a home-based business. So you can visit the website. You don't have to text. I'm really not going to look at any more text when I log off because it's late. It's 10:56 p.m. If you want to get in, like I said, this could not be the case by tomorrow. It could be a glitch in the system. Or right now, it is giving people the $50 discount. If you go to 111 Million Movement, in order to enroll and get to the link, you have to go to page 2. So don't just go here and enter in your name, email address, and phone number. When you do that, you click here to get access to page 2, and that will give you the actual link. Or just click get access at the bottom. As I have the cash flow quadrant here, right? Employees, you have a job. And Robert Kiyosaki says that rich and wealthy people look for networks. Everyone else look for work. If you're self-employed, you own a job or you have a small business. So through this business, right? And this is some videos about taxes and the impact of taxes. So what you do is money rolls in. When money rolls in, people freedom rolls out. Click on I'm ready to be my own boss. And it will direct you to the link, to the page that's still showing this $99 discount. Hey, I'm signing out, you all. I'm signing out. How big can you think? How big can you think? Magnify your mind, right? Multiply your money. Manifest with your mouth. The power of life and death is in your tongue. And maximize your mission. Listen, be blessed to be a blessing. Queen out. Today is a great day, people. $50 discount for the business and crypto, Bitcoin at 51K. Get your cash flow, your credit, and your crypto up. Queen out.